Oh, kurwa. Okay, smartasses. You think you guys are funny? I told you, spoilers will be bad. And you guys are fucking... Oh, fish fight, kurwa. How should I know what they're gonna make it Weapon Master?
Alright, let's go ahead and first let's talk about the nerfs. And this is the first nerf. Blink, do you want to give us a little more context about why we're taking away 1 power from Cat?
Because she's too strong, Julian.
Oh, oh, kurwa. Oh. Unless they nerfed Quietus. Hello. Also, have no more Dancers Katarina nonsense. That shit is gone. Thank God. No more fucking resurrecting Katarina. Oh. Does this matter? Of course it matters. Like the most broken interaction is gone from the Red Gwen. Yeah, like you can use crying sounds, you can troll chant now to prevent the heat. Like you have so many more, options. You can Quietus, unless Quietus got nerfed. But I mean, I'm assuming that Quietus got nerfed. Probably you can't target champions or something anymore. It does change It does change any Katarina deck because, like, it's less pressure, and like the crying sense is now a problem. Right.
It's true.
Okay.
Basically, Cat's been like one of the top performing champions.
I mean, that's a good nerf, to be honest. I think that's the best nerf they could have
She's been
done.
the #1 played champ for the last 3 months.
I really like the change.
Yeah, it's multiple very strong decks. I mean, I love Katarina, but we needed to find out what the sort of looking for the heart of what the good experience is. So here we kept the 0-cost Blade's Edge, like which would have been another path to nerf, leave her power, hit that. And we kept her ability to be a rally on.
They probably tested both and they figured out power is better there. So they probably gonna buff some Freljord cards as well. Like Freljord got so much stronger because of this change.
I'm confident she still shows up in decks because she's.
Like they just need to buff some Freljord cards now.
Take a little wind out of the sail.
Yo, Orange.
There was a video, Sunny just did a video kind of detailing the journey of Katarina from Katarina's irrelevance to domination. So when I saw that this was coming, I was like, oh gosh, I wonder how it's gonna shake out once it's actually live.
Same.
I mean, it's a funny thing because I think this is one of the most worked on cards in the history of lore. We tried so many ways to get her relevant originally, and none of them were really all that good. Some of them were stronger than her current form, in fact.
Katarina is dead again.
And so when we settled on the last one, we thought, well, okay, this is about this is.
Yes, guys, we can tell already that champion is dead without even knowing what's what's in the meta and what's a good matchup tables.
I think this next one is going to be very popular.
I'm so excited.
Yes,
let's just get into it. Okay, go ahead.
There you go. Heavy rework. Wait, what? Kill a unit with total power and health of 4 or less, or this... Wait, okay, hold, I need to I can't comprehend. Kill a unit with total power and... Also, you can kill 3-1 with this now. You can kill the motherfucker. The 3-1 fearsome with this. That's nice. Damn, that's a very good change. Holy shit, I would never thought about this. That's actually such a smart change. You cannot kill with Veigar unless you ping it. Damn. You can use this as a flock as well now, sort of. Like you can ping a champion. Damn. Like you can kill champion. Like you can even trade with something and then use Quietus after combat. Like a sort of like a flock. That's really good. You can ping something with a spell. For example, you can whale a board and play Quietus afterwards on a damaged unit, like a flock. Like let's say there is a darkness, there was like a Veigar and a bunch of units on the board, you wail into Quietus, you kill Veigar. Can't kill Braum or Kayn? You can. You have to just damage them. What do you mean? Braum attacks you, your damage, your free damage unit, and then you Quietus after combat. What do you mean you can't? You can. You just have to be smart about it. But now it's can't remove health buffs. As it should be. The lore is about combat tricks and like interaction between players. Previous Quietus had very little interaction. This one has way more agency. That's good. I like it. Also, Seraphine buff. She doesn't die to Quietus now. Nice.
Quiet.
Change.
So, Quietus's change is closer to...
Yeah, kills Katarina still, guys. Easy.
So, instead of adjusting the power cap, you now kills units with a total stats lower than the amount. The intent of the card was never to just like it was always to kill cheap units and not to hate Galio and Braum and Illaoi out of the meta. So this gets it a lot closer to that design intent. So I'm really excited to see what happens to the meta after this.
Oh my gosh, reading chat. Chat is going
I
pretty
saw
quick
it
right now.
starting to speed by.
By the way, we tested this.
So, okay. Like, Heimer becomes playable and Veigar becomes playable again, right? Those are like the two champions that suffered from Quietus a lot. Heimer the most. I mean, but Heimer, like, the problem with Heimer and Veigar, their playability depends on the meta. Like, on the strongest decks. So this, yeah, that's a nice change for them. But again, we need to see what's gonna be the strongest. Like, what will be, like, stat-wise. And if there is any like good tempo decks that can just run over those decks. If they won't be, then Heimer might be the one of the stronger decks.
What happens to the meta after this?
Oh my gosh, reading chat. Chat is going
I
pretty
saw
quick
it
right now.
starting to speed by.
By the way, we tested this at 5. 5 was almost occasionally too good.
Yeah.
One thing you might not notice right away is if the unit has taken damage, it will start maybe over the cap, but potentially fall under it. So there is some room for tactics.
We noticed,
to play with
Blink.
now.
Don't
But
worry.
overall, we think of this as a nerf
We noticed.
in general, and kind of a lid, taking the lid off certain other cards that it was holding down.
It did feel really good in playtesting, though. I could see this maybe
Maybe
being a pattern.
by Katarina, of course. She deals one less damage.
There's some Veigar mains who are very, very happy about this. I think my favorite comment from chat is Bamjumi said well cooked.
Well cooked.
Well cooked,
There
you
you go.
guys. This
All right.
is
We're only on the second change.
yeah, we're only on the second change. Let's keep it rolling.
Yo, they nerfed Kayn?
Plink, do you want to walk us through what is changing about Kayn's origin?
Okay, so basically,
What the
instead of
fuck?
three
I
cultists,
did not see nerf Icona
so
Kayn.
it's harder to bring Kayn
Okay.
back.
To be fair, he got buffed by nerfing Quietus. So the fact that you can't just Quietus Kayn is significant. Because, like, the game was just often over when you Quietus Kayn, so...
Kayn was a kind of interesting card for design because we knew he wouldn't
3
hit
to
it
4?
hard with only 10 cultists, but was going to hit quite hard with 20. So it was kind of just waiting to come strong once we had the second.
I mean,
Dark
honestly,
So and
for the way that Aatrox Kayn was built, this change doesn't matter for the most hands. It only matters for the hands that were sort of bricked. So it's a good change because it forces from you proper deck proper deck building. That means like triple bloodlet resist is still probably mandatory. And like you can actually punish people for playing, like now you can play around Kayn because you can just avoid trading to not give them thralls, to not allow them to draw Kayn too soon. That's a big nerf? I don't think so. I think that's an accurate nerf. Especially if they plan because again, aggro has to exist, right? And the problem with the deck, it was too good against aggro. Like the Kayn on 5 was too consistent against aggro, and like taking this away is good. It's the right step because it forces you to like make a proper deck building. I like this change.
And you know, I think as everyone knows, 3 is just too easy. Kayn's too automatic. So
I agree.
We're pulling back on
Good change, Blink.
the Beetlejuice joke just dates me probably, although I never actually watched the movie.
I've seen Beetlejuice before. I've definitely seen it. It's very good. It's very good.
I don't remember it. I'm familiar with the concept though.
That is fair. That is fair. Okay, let's get into
there are 3 cultist
the
1-drops.
next one. Okay, this one's really.
I told you guys. That was obvious. If your guys too happy, there must be an Aatrox nerf. Different Darkin. Oh shit! Huh. Well, Aatrox on 6 is not gonna be as consistent as it was. Holy shit. That's a fat nerf. This is a nerf, chat. The Kayn nerf, it's in comparison to this. Holy smokes. This is a big nerf. That's a good fat nerf. I approve. Blink.
Do you want to explain this one, Brian?
Yeah, so we tried several directions on Aatrox, and they all kind of seem to push a little too hard on him. And so the change that we actually made is fixing a bug, which is that his text always said 3+ different Darken, but didn't actually count that. And
so you need to play, basically you need to play 2 weapons plus a Kayn. Yeah, 2 different weapons plus Kayn is the easiest way. Can I make stream louder? I mean, it's on maximum volume.
like,
I could make it, but it would blow out my ears. Also, like, you guys already watched this, probably. And if you didn't... Okay, I'll make it louder. Fine. Hold up.
Surprised at how much of a difference this makes. It comes up more than you expect that you haven't played different ones. It forces you to kind of like make your deck a little more broad. You know, we're gonna monitor Aatrox and make sure that this change is enough, but this seemed like the right incremental push.
That's a very good change.
Yeah, one of the things. Okay, I really like that. I get to talk to them pre-show and hear what they're gonna talk about.
All right, chat. Like in practice, what does it mean? You just run 3 of Aatrox, so you draw Aatrox by 6, so you don't have to tutor him. You're just gonna tutor another Aatrox later on. In practice, this does not matter. It does matter only for deck building. It forces you to run 3 Aatroxes in the deck. That's all. Don't think this is gonna change the deck in some fucking magical way. It's unplayable or something. You're just gonna be running 3 Aatroxes, period. And you're gonna be drawing a second one later on.
One of the things that was so cool was you guys mentioning how, like, the goal isn't to get rid, like, completely demolish Aatrox and Kayn.
Right. Yeah. It's never to just like delete the top 5 champions. We want to kind of like massage it down to where things can compete with each other.
Massage it down. That's a nice expression.
I think that one of the exciting things for us as a team right now is
Let me quickly massage your Aatrox and your beautiful face.
because we have a lot more opportunities to make changes. We can go for some slightly smaller changes, watch what happens, and then like adjust again. You know, because we have a very heavy cadence coming up for balance patch. So I think we don't.
Don't you play? Okay, hold up. Don't you play 3 different Darkin every time before round 6 anyway? So you are saying before turn 6, you get to develop a unit and 3 different weapons? I don't know what kind of the deck are you playing, but that almost never happened to me. Like, you need to have 1 drop into Bloodletters, into 1 drop into Spear, into another 1 drop into Kayn, then you can draw a Kayn. And then you play Kayn on 5, then you draw Aatrox. You need to have 2 units, or you need to have 1 unit and shuffle weapons on it, different. And then you need to develop another 2 units to draw a Kayn, or naturally draw it and then play it. No, this is not an average game. If you'd want to draw on 6 Aatrox, by turn 6 Aatrox.
To the players what they should be playing. And if we hit some of these things too hard, we'll just boot them completely from the game, which is not, that's not ideal. There are people who love playing this, and, we can kind of see by the player rate. So I think we want to bring it down because it's probably a little too strong, but we don't, we don't want to kick it.
No, Trollies.
There's the people in chat that are calling for the death of the Darkin.
No.
They've been traumatized by Aatrox. There's actually a really good question in here.
Mm-hmm.
When we say different, is summoning Aegis and summoning Joral considered 2 different Darkin, or is it the same?
No,
because
it's
essentially
same.
just Joral and
The
Havoc?
choices doesn't
They're-
matter.
They're considered the same card.
Yes.
In general, if a card has 2 different choices, we still consider it the same card, and that's true for Zoe and other cards that'll count X different things.
Okay, cool. So just to reiterate, if you summon both Aegis onto a champion or a character or unit, and then Joral, it would only count as 1 Darkin. Okay, cool. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, cool. Let's get on to the next one.
Oh shit!
I think you want to talk about the great gospel.
That's a great change, thank you. This card was so disgusting for such a long time. I have no idea how it avoided nerfs, but thank you. Finally, this card got nuked. Jesus. It's still good because you can, on offense. On defense, bye-bye blocker.
Gospel of Naga-caboros.
So this is just a preview. We're actually buffing.
Only
Illaoi
as
in
viable
this
in
card.
aggro. No,
This is a
fuck
really
no.
good
The card
choice.
is still amazing.
We're gonna nerf a card
What are you
because
smoking?
probably,
Okay, guys.
like, not just this card, but
Okay, you are telling me that you spend 5 mana, you summon 2 worth of mana a unit, and you draw 2 cards. It's only viable on aggro? Bitch, please. You are paying 3 mana to draw 2. And those 2 are not spells or some conditional cards. Bitch, this is very good card still. Huh?
a lot of Illaoi's cards is they're great in every deck. And this card is certainly one of the most played, one of the strongest cards in our game. It shows up both in control, it shows up in aggro.
Dude, Illaoi gets more and more unplayable.
Getting a unit at burst speed.
Oh god.
And drawing 2 cards it's just
Just delete Illaoi at this point.
So we're trying to take away some of the burst blocking ability here, while still
Okay, spamel do
leaving
Sabę.
it intact
Oh
for
fuck,
Illaoi.
did they buff Illaoi?
Which is usually how
They did
works
buff Illaoi,
when
didn't
you're
they?
rolling out and attacking with Illaoi.
Oh, fucking
So
chat.
we try to kind of hit, and also not destroy the card. So that's the dream here, is kind of leave her dream intact while kind of taking away some of the excess use.
They just
That's
said they're
sort of
buffing
the
Illaoi, I assume you
narrow-
missed it. Oh, I don't listen fully to
I
everything they
want-
say.
We don't want this to be in every Bilgewater deck.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
listen.
we
I
need
was
a
just
little more
talking
kind of-
myself.
Yeah, in general, like burst speed blocking is a pattern
My bad.
that we try to avoid or at least cost appropriately, and I think like being attached to draw 2 just made this like clearly over. So I really like this fix.
Yeah, there's some people that are very worried for Illaoi in chat, but I want to reassure you guys. Wait until we get to the end.
It's coming. Illaoi buffs.
Yeah, that way then you can tell us how you feel about all the changes.
Yes. Please let the slide deck complete.
So let's go
The Illaoi buff will be no longer dies to Quietus. End of buffs. El no sabe.
ahead and let's talk about Jinx. Do you want to talk about Jinx, Ryan?
Jinx.
Nerfing damage wouldn't matter. Nerfing HP would be probably too much. Probably the best nerf they could have done. Sure.
Yes. Jinx just like rocketed up into the meta, excuse the pun. But yeah, this I think I might have a little more context on here. The bit that was important to me is for the longest time I noticed that Nexus was lowercase, and so I made him change it to uppercase when he implemented this fix, so that we're consistent across all of Runeterra. But no, yeah, taking out one of the Nexus damage will, especially because she creates the rocket on level up now, it'll just give your opponent a little more time to kind of like get their footing and possibly turn it around.
It was literally unplayable when it was lowercase, but
It was.
I'm glad that you fixed it. Plink, do you have anything to add about this adjustment to Jinx? Any more context or hopes and dreams?
No, I think we were a little worried when we made that fix to Jinx that she was going to be a little over. She was, I think, pretty clearly a little over. So this is like a lot of times with this. I think I feel safe with this fix mainly just because we kind of know Jinx is a little too strong even for a champion. So even if this is like a change for now, but it's also a change for in the future. You know, if we introduce more discard mechanics or anything like that, she'll not just
Makes
dominate.
sense.
So that's the main thing.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. Now that we're on the topic of Jinx, let's tackle one of the other staples of Jinx's favorite deck right now.
Soyest!
Yeah.
Whoa! I would never expect them to nerf Poro Cannon. Holy shit! Ooh. What the on the earth? That's a huge... Okay, the previous nerf to Jinx was like, it doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter. It's fine. But this nerf! This is a real Jinx nerf. Holy... That's massive! I think that's over nerf, honestly. I would love them to nerf this instead. Create one Daring Poro and one random Poro or something. Just keep one elusive and one random Poro. Keep it 0 cost, but give them only one elusive.
Yeah, it's funny because there were multiple, like when Iceborne Legacy was a real terror, I remember there have been multiple times where I've just like locked in on Poro Cannon and been like, this is the problem. Like giving people 2 Daring Poros for 0 and a discard it's just a little too much. But I know that this change is particularly harsh in practice, as small as it looks.
It's not small. What?
I mean, I think there's no card has escaped the nerf bat as many times as Poro Cannon.
Yeah.
I mean, it has been on the cutting block. Y'all just can't believe like how many times. And then when it's just, it has some defenders who I won't name. So that's part of that's part of what's going on. But also, I think it does change it a lot, and it is such a But I think its time has come. I think we. Elusive Onslaught is maybe not everyone's favorite play against experience, so I think it's a good time. If you want your Poros, you can pay 1. It's like eggs.
Okay, this has been a hot topic. There's people that really love it, and people that are really heartbroken. So we'll see how it pans out. Let's move on to buffs because people are really excited for buffs.
As we promised.
Show me.
Not a fake out slide, I promise.
Okay, how are we buffing Illaoi? Do you want to...
So now she is upgraded to a blocker on 4. Well, not good enough for me. At least she can block 2-drop.
You want to take this, Blink?
Yeah, so the first is a pretty mild change, although she becomes a pretty nice stat line for 4. Especially given that her power grows when she attacks most of the time. As you'll notice, though, there's a kind of recurring theme on these slides that, actually, the Quietus nerf is also.
She got +1 to damage.
But I think we're pretty confident testing this, that this is a nice improvement and, shouldn't be overbearing. So it's a small upgrade. A lot of small upgrades.
Yeah, I think in particular,
Already?
Everything that used to be in Quietus range.
Okay. If they don't buff whole Illaoi package, like, I don't know why you even bother buffing Illaoi here. Like, at this point, it's still unplayable.
We did kind of like play a little more conservatively with, because if Quietus can no longer hate it out of the meta, then, you know, we just want to make sure we don't accidentally unleash a beast, basically.
I think there's some Illaoi mains out there that wouldn't mind if you unleash the beast.
Go right ahead.
Hacked. I need to read what does the the tantrum. I don't remember. Oh my god. Oh? Huh? Okay. I need to see all the changes to say if it's playable or not, because it's 8 mana. Like by turn 8, your board is clear if you're Illaoi. Like you have nothing left. Like your units are too weak to combat the current power creep. So like it looks on paper good, but you need to play some kind of protection for tentacles. Like you play for the you play for Naga-caboros win con. So you will need to play this in some protection region. Probably Ionia Illaoi. With some Notify Deny. You try to play this at the end of the turn. So like you summon 2 and then you get 2 on the... So you need like 8 damage tentacle. And then you get... Because the Naga-caboros tantrum isn't created on run start. It's just a condition once it's met. So like you can get this after spawning 2. So you need 8 damage on tentacle. Oh shit, there is one more thing you can do. Oh kurwa. Hold the phone. Oh, it's okay, it's 4 mana. I thought this is 3 mana. So I thought you can play the bank free mana, play this on a tentacle. But then opponent could just kill it easily, it's 3 HP. I guess you can Elixir of Wrath it. Alright. Interesting change. I need to see everything else, what changes. Like I need to see the new cards as well.
This Naga-caboros change, it just plays so much more nicely. I would say close to a quality of life because it is still an.
You make tantrum on run start. Wait, where does it say that you make it on run start? Like, because here it's dot. If your strongest tentacle has 12 power, create Naga-caboros tantrum in hand. Like, it's once condition is met. It's not on the run start. Yes, when I am summoned, then if your strongest tentacle spawn 2, then if your strongest tentacle has 12, you can pre-buff it and play Naga-caboros. What do you mean, guys? Like, please read. There is or here. So when I am summoned, or run start. Then. Huh? Like when I am summoned. Can you guys fucking read? I don't know, like, go to school instead of watching my stream. What the fuck? Reading. Hello? Why is there then? Because... Kurwa no. Oszaleję. Because there are two conditions. You can meet either one of them. The first condition is after summoning, you spawn 2. Right? So and then it checks if condition is met. Or run starts, spawn 2, and then it checks if condition is met. What the fuck don't you understand? Huh?
An 8-drop. But it is so much nicer that if you have your tentacle up to 10 and you drop it, like, go ahead. You've earned it at that point. Very satisfying.
I have a confession to make. I played a bunch of like Bard Illaoi when it was meta, and I actually didn't know that Naga-caboros was a card because I just started around them. And I never saw Naga-caboros in play. So when I saw this change, I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool card. So yeah, hopefully it'll see a little more action.
Yes. All right, cool. And then there's one more piece to the puzzle.
Yeah, this is
You are
probably
forgiven.
the biggest change. Just putting tentacle.
Whoa! Whoa, 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 what is this? Calm down. You leave the strongest buff at the end? You show me first some irrelevant buff, then something that might matter, and at the end you show me fucking smashing? Huh? What is this? What is this, I'm asking? Why on the earth are you buffing tentacle smash? What is this? Blasphemy. Why does it have Ven? I explained. If you didn't understand from my first explaining, either open the VOD, rewatch. If you don't understand again, go to school. Anyway, moving on. This is gigantic buff. This makes actually Illaoi playable. Holy shit.
Kurwa mać.
Holy shit. That's a big buff. But holy moly, that's a big buff.
So, yeah, this is the biggest of the 3 changes. Hopefully, we'll, because of the spawn 2, it'll stay primarily an Illaoi card. We don't care if it leaks out a little, but we don't want it to be like a mainline Village Water tool. So we'll keep an eye on it, but it definitely feels nice to smash for 3.
All right, let's get into the Forge buffs. I know there's been a lot of talk, like people wanting to be able to, cook up some weapons with Ornn. So let's see how he's getting adjusted.
Yeah, I was.
They gave him +1/+1. Huh? Huh?
I was seeing very specific calls for Ornn buffs, so I was glad that we were sitting on some.
Dude, he could be fucking 10/10, and okay, 10/10 would actually be decent, but +1/+1.
Relatively simple, +1/+1. One of the really nice things about this is it means that as long as the equipment that you pick has 1 power, then in one swing he'll have 8
Okay,
power.
okay. I need to. Okay, before I give my judgment. No, they probably. Okay, they soft buffed Ornn, but they've probably over buffed other cards that you play alongside Ornn. So this change will make more sense once I see more cards. I have a feeling they over buff something.
To level himself up. So it makes him easier to level up, get to the cool side of Ornn 2.
Clueless? Oh no.
This is a pretty mild change, but we think that it should at least help. I mean, he was probably a little too small for a 7-drop, so we wanted to.
He was.
Have board impact.
He was that
it.
small, Plink.
That's the main,
That's small.
Thing. Probably Forge,
Now he's dead.
Ornn in his package will probably just keep sort of trying to massage up as time goes on.
Yeah, I also want to give a shout out to our 2022 world champion Aragorn, and I'm hoping to steal some of his Ornn decks, see if this lands in a good place in the meta, see if he plays it a little bit.
Yeah, there's more Forge buffs coming. So
yeah, let's get to it.
David, do you?
What the fuck? Okay, so they decided it's good to give the Freljord turn 2 3/4. That's cool. Fucking another Otterpuss. Yeah, cool. Just pay 2+1. Otterpuss turn 2. Very cool. And in different matchups you can just utilize it to buff weapons. Awesome. Even better than the Otterpuss. Holy... you're gonna play this in every Freljord deck. What were you thinking? 2/3 that creates +1/+1 focus speed in hand? Huh? At least make time dedication 2 mana or something. Holy moly. But the Freljord already has 3/4 for 2 mana with 8+ thrall. Yeah, but you understand that you need to have 8+, right? This card, you just play it in aggro and it's good. And you don't need to have 8+. Bro, like if you can't tell the difference between this and the 8+, then I'm sorry. I can't help you. This is absolutely bonkers. The 1/2 doesn't matter. It's like, it could be no change as well. But this, the Artisan? Oh my goodness. That's gigantic. It's a 3 mana 3/4, that's fine. No, because this card comes on turn 2. It starts attacking you on turn 2, and then it open attacks on turn 4. And like you can't really block this efficiently until turn 4. And you are getting fucking smacked for 6 by turn 4. That you can't redo. You can just chump block and trade inefficiently. No, it's not fine, because developing 3/4 on turn 3 is okay. Developing 3/4 on turn 2 is not okay. The spell is 1 mana void. It doesn't matter. You play turn 2, you pass turn 3, you didn't lose any mana. You just get smacked for 6. If you have attack token on 2. And if you have attack token on 3, you just don't buff it. You just play it as a 2-3. And you call it.
You remember more of... Because I remember Frank was talking about some of these changes.
So like basically these cards were always under. I think pretty deeply under. You know, we were a little overcautious when we released Forge, because it had you know, such a, you know, when you're stacking the right equipment, it had such a chance to be a bit of a snowball. So we were very cautious.
It's shitty? No, it's a card. It's it.
You don't even feel all that great in a Forge
It's
deck
dead.
unless it's
Not
anywhere
it's
else. So
shit.
in some ways,
It's
part
a
of the idea
card.
with this change is to
It's a pixel.
give Freljord some more, even some tools that might play outside of Forge some, but certainly to sort of lift up this whole package as a group. That's the idea.
Yeah.
Make them more playable.
Not just tools, but like we want to be comfortable with like Freljord having well-statted units that, you know, regardless of the text on the board, they can also kind of like hold their own. So this is a move toward that.
Awesome. Let's see the last Forge buff.
That's a goddamn strong buff. Okay, this card is pretty good. This card does everything. Sir, would you like to heal your unit? Yes, please. Would you like to heal your Nexus as well? Fuck yes. Oh, maybe you want +2/+2 as well. Yeah, sure. If it comes with it, yeah, why not? Would you like a 4/5 body on top? Fuck yeah. Bergnaus tutors Ornn. I don't know if this is a good thing, but I think that's a downside, not an upside. I think they should make it 4/4. I think 4/5 is too much of a body, but we'll see. Again, it depends. Okay, so at this point we can assume that Freljord X deck, probably Damacia, will dictate maybe Jax, but Jax, like, who the fuck would play Jax? Like, it's a fucking 3/2. You have no combat tricks if you play Jax, so you probably need to go Damacia so you can actually play some removal. So it might dictate the meta like before Aatrox.
This one's probably my favorite one.
Oh god. They buff Jax. I mean, okay guys, even if they buff Jax, it doesn't matter because they, like, you won't have any combat tricks. Like, your only combat tricks is freezes. Opponent plays back row champion and you are looking at it. Oh cool, you have a back row champion. Guess I lost. Because I cannot remove it besides challenger.
No, chat. Oh god.
Oh god. Okay, I can't look at chat. Yeah. So to cover the change, so he was a 5-cost 5/5, and we've
Fish
reduced
fight.
his power
Fish
by
fight is
1
not a
and
weapon
allowed
master.
him to forge twice, which
You can't play
it just,
it
feels
in
better
the
for an
Freljord Jax.
equipment-centric deck to play in the forge space and be able to increase the power of equipment as they should, rather than just play a beefy unit. So. Yeah,
It's more of a tool now. I really
sure?
like this plays really.
Dude,
Plays,
kurwa, are you guys fucking Pepega? Like, see? Damacia, no fucking keywords. Are you dumb? Like, just please, chat, stop. Go back to school.
played really well, and when we were testing it out, I was really happy with this change. Hopefully we'll see some action.
Nice. All right, let's move on to some minor champion upgrades. All right, let's see who's first. Okay, Maokai, Plink, tell us about.
Okay, so they're gonna surely buff Veigar to do damage as well, so he can block, right? Like, looks like they are buffing all the champions so they can actually block two drops. So they might as well buff Veigar.
about the great words of our tree lord Maokai.
I mean, this is a pretty small upgrade to Maokai. He does get out of Quietus range, as I said, as a recurring theme. He was in it without the buff. Well, no, he wasn't. He was in it against the Quietus at 5. So, but I think the idea is really just to let him enter combat at all in a meaningful way. Like one power, he really couldn't ever like
Copy. What do you mean? They buffed Illaoi, they buffed Maokai, why would you not buff Veigar to 2 damage?
Let him be a little more active.
Like, they are clearly
It's not gonna
going
obviously
with
overwhelm you
buffing
with
1 damage
but it lets him
champions.
enter combat a little bit more interestingly.
Yeah, it's just a more reasonable shape for him. It also made Riot 3 Greg very happy because he's a Maokai main.
Oh man, if
Just
y'all
a
haven't
bonus.
seen Riot Greg, he did a really cool YouTube short. So check out the YouTube channel, shameless plug. All right, let's get to the next one. Oh, I'm very excited for this one.
Yeah, this is just you know, Jax is the master fighter, weapon master of all weapons. He should be able to equip other weapons and, you know, not lose any sort of capability. So
Okay, but that's kinda weird. Your weapon has overwhelm and your champion has overwhelm. Like, I understand the thing here, but it's kinda... Couldn't you give him other keyword? Like a spell shield, perhaps?
this is also close to it is basically just a quality of life change, but it is nice to be able to put whatever you want on Jax and have him kick ass with it.
Yeah, imagine if he had a real weapon.
Exactly. You can't. You imagine no longer.
Oh man. Someone in chat said Jax is the real weapon. I agree, Aziri, otherwise. Jax is the real weapon. Okay, cool. Let's see the next change.
This is actually the more exciting Jax.
Oh,
change. It's something that,
kurwa. Okay, smart asses. You think you guys are funny? I told you, spoilers will be banned. And you guys are fucking... Oh, fish fight, kurwa. How should I know if they're gonna make it Weapon Master? I mean, it's a great change. Actually, Jax Ornn is cracked. Like, you have fish fight, you have lure. Like, you have... Kurwa, no. Yeah, pierdole. Another Vayne fucking Aatrox meta. Just in disguise of Jax or... huge overstated units. Yay! Oh my god. I'm gonna have so much fun. Please tell me they buffed Ryze. Please tell me I can just play Ionia Ryze and fuck all of them. Please. Please buff Ryze. Oh, fuck that. I can't play anymore with PNZ Noxus. Literally can't deal with this shit. Man, Ornn Jax meta, really? Really? Bro, oh no. Ornn Jax whole fucking meta. 3 Vayne, 2 Jax, 1 Ornn. Oh, you are playing 3 regions. Bravo. 3 regions deck. Very good. Ah, you are preparing for Daily Rumble. Okay. What about Jax Tristana? What? Dude, please stop. Jax Tristana. You're mentioning some champion that doesn't exist yet. Oh god, that will be a fun. I mean, at least they shake the meta. Now we'll have play rate 15% Jax Ornn.
A lot of people have been asking for is to expand his slice, which was, I think, felt to be too narrow. So Fish Fight gives Jax some native interaction, which is pretty cool. Runeterra is also another tool. So both these cards getting Weapon Master is probably a bigger improvement than his L2.
This card doesn't matter. This card only matters.
Substantially open up a little Jax.
I mean, at this point, they should nerf this to 3 mana. If they do this, you should nerf this to 3 mana. This shouldn't be in the current state. This card is fucking illegal. How can you even... This is a fish smacking me in the face, staying this in without any nerf. How on earth can this be 2 mana? This is disgusting. This is blasphemy. I'm disappointed, Riot. I'm disappointed.
Action, I think.
People are so happy about this.
No!
This is
I am not happy about this. I am so not happy about this, and I want to be clear about this. I am very unhappy with this.
the changes that universally.
Oh, you think Illaoi will be meta? Yes, surely Illaoi will be meta when you develop your 2/6 and opponent develops his 7/8. Imagine how fun your Illaoi will have. And then the opponent drops Ornn, and you are sitting with your Naga-caboros in hand, and oh, I'm gonna drop my A-drop. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna be dead on turn 7. Unlucky. And you are carving out so well. Holy shit. You have such a good 2 drops. You have good 1 drop. You can float on turn 3. Turn 4 you have Bjerg and Cook. Turn 5 you have another Forge. Turn 6 God knows what. Turn 7 Porn. Huh? And meanwhile you have premium combat tricks. Troll Chant, Fish Fight, Harsh Winds for 5 mana. Yay! Zajebiście. 3 Sisters. Yay!
One's really on board with. We actually got a really good question in the middle of this onslaught. Let me see. I am so sorry. I lost your name. Okay, wait. It's Greasy Butterfly. So with the Jax change, will Light of Ikathia still have Overwhelm as well?
Yes. Yeah. So in effect, if he has Light of Ikathia on him, it's a little bit redundant, but this allows you to move Light of Ikathia onto something else and move a different weapon onto him.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Good to know. And then Tristana. All right. Do you talk about this, Brian?
Yeah. This change was interesting because Tristana has a fairly low play rate.
The lowest play rate.
The lowest. Yeah. Sorry for underselling that. But there is some.
What is this
power in
shit?
her kit, and it's not. It's so close to where we want it that we kind of want to just give her a little bit and see if the attention that ensues kind of like causes people to create some new brews with her and really like.
Oh guys, let me develop my Tristana. Oh, opponent developed the combat cook. Oh, opponent forged its combat cook. Opponent forged it again. It's 10-10 tough. Let me quickly attack with my 3/3 Tristana impact. Oh, I think I can't. Opponent just kills it.
Pushes up her play rate to about the power level that we expect. Because sometimes the champ just needs some attention, actually.
Oh, yeah, that's a
As
lot
the
of
resident
attention.
patch note writer, I have noticed that there's been a lot of like small incremental like Bandle City buffs happening over the past like half a year. Like, do you think those will really play into? Do you think there's all of a sudden going to be? Do you think this change will kind of like push it into the spotlight, or?
I'm a little scared of it being pushed into the spotlight because I think it being in the spotlight was the reason we had to shove it out of the spotlight. So we kind of wanted to gently ease it into whatever a slightly smaller spotlight is.
Maybe like in the wings of the stage.
Yeah,
like, not
yeah,
on stage,
you know,
but like
supporting cast member Bandle City.
Okay,
Not
okay.
star Bandle City.
The problem is Yordles are jerks, Julian.
Yeah.
I feel like
Excuse you,
you're
please?
No
immortal.
one really wants them.
Yordle jerks?
You get pranked. It's just like all kinds of negative stuff happens to you.
I want to pick your brain. Someone asked earlier in chat. We'll move on soon. But some people were curious. Like, was there like a design decision to not have Weapon Master on these cards in the beginning? Was there like a fear of it being too powerful, or like, could you give some context into maybe like why we're making that change now?
So it was really just a symmetry thing. You know, a lot of the Weapon Masters were a lot of these like cards that were split between 2 regions. You know, like a very small package. And if you notice, both these are just Demacia cards actually. So we didn't add another double typed card to this. So basically the original list was just kind of symmetry for doing a bunch of 2 region cards. But I think that like we learned a lot about Runeterrans over time and sort of what people wanted. And so having like richer slices is like kind of definitely our goal going forward. But we want to kind of keep pushing on some of the older ones till their card slice feels better. And so this is what this is. So
Yeah.
we lose the symmetry.
there's a balance of like wanting to give you a clear second region to go to with your Runeterra champ, but also not wanting to gut ability.
Hey.
For the Ryze.
Oh man, Plink, do you want to talk?
Hmm. That's a reasonable buff. I hope there is something more. I hope there is something more. That's a reasonable buff. I mean, the fact that you're... I mean, the problem is now it's auto peak in the certain matchups as a first rune. I mean, Ryze will be good deck into the into Ornn Jax, right? Like Ionia, like even if the old, like even within the old unbuffed state. So like if we have two decks that gonna try to go tall, then Ryze will be actually good. If we don't have much aggro, so like I didn't see. I see it only in aggro nerfs. So Ryze might be actually good because of the, like because of the meta, not because of the buffs. Like this is a good buff against aggro matchups.
Talk about Ryze. Want to talk about this change?
Yeah, so we'll just be honest. The devs are scared of Ryze. Everyone's scared of Ryze.
I'm not. I want to play Ryze.
this change is not and it's not partially because when you add cards like and we have another expansion when the expansion Brian's leading comes out. When you add cards,
This stream is from Legends of Runeterra.
A lot of power to Ryze. We know that there's some things coming for Ryze, right? So getting comboed out is a little, alternate win conditions can be a little nerve-wracking depending on how they play out. We see Banal Trade and some other things, with Fiora when she was oppressive. So there's a lot of nerves.
Fiora was oppressive ever?
Ryze needs some love.
I must have played a different game.
This might be too much love, but you all can decide.
No, it's not much, too much.
Mormon, our sort of resident Ryze,
like this barely matters. It only matters for aggro matchups, which it was the problem. So it's a right touch.
But he might be like the best Ryze player, so I don't know.
Board space are his biggest problem? No, it's not.
Yeah,
you're playing Ryze incorrectly if you think that's the problem.
Like, instead of going from 2, it's 3. It's at least when you can refill that much, it's bigger than you might think. What's happening here? Hopefully, it's not too much.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
We'll see. I think this is going to be a really interesting one. This one is also very, very divisive in chat. So we'll see. Let's continue the hype train. Let's see what else.
Yeah.
Wait, no more Ryze buffs? Is this it? I was hoping really they'll buff further Ryze. Okay. Well, now at least if opponent plays Shadow Shift on the Z, it'll make more sense. I mean... It's playable now. It's main deckable now. No, PNZ Nox does not destroy Jax Ornn if we copy Disintegrate. Can Nazariel is back? No, it's not. Seraphine buff? No, it's not.
So this is a fairly simple change. It's
You still
Shadow
don't main
Shift
deck
is one of
this
those
in
cards that
Seraphine deck.
it just doesn't see any play. But it does occasionally come up because Zed is quite a popular champ. So this was a bit of a no-brainer. I think we locked this one really quickly. It's an interesting card, so at 2 cost, it feels satisfying to play and about the right power level for the current meta.
Cool. People are saying, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
That was
I mean, in the Serapol, yeah, in
Sometimes
Serapol, sure,
that's
it's a buff.
supposed to be.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Okay. This one's interesting. Look.
Huh? Excuse you? Okay, you play Lissandra on 3, it goes down to 7. Turn 4, you play 1 advance. It goes down to 6, it goes down to 4, it goes down to 3. On turn 5, you copy it with Talia. It goes down to 2 on turn 6. Oh my god. That's fucking... Why? Okay, they nerfed Talia then, right? They made Talia 6 mana, probably then. If they made this change. They buffed Talia's stat line, but they nerfed her mana cost. So like there is no more like disgusting turn 5 plays. Like the problem, like the Shepherd is also a problem. Like you have access to Shepherd, Lisa. Like you have such a powerful turn 3 play. You play you can play. Oh man.
Nope.
I mean they had to nerf Talia because yeah, like you can play Shepherd and Lissandra in the same deck, so you have very consistent turn 3 play. Turn 1 play you have a Frozen Thrall if you find it. Then you have advances. Yeah, they had to nerf Talia to 6 mana and buff her stat line probably to like 5-7.
Lissandra, Plink, do you want to talk about about this?
No, I don't think so.
I'll try to overcome my fear about
Nerfs are
fucking
over.
thralls, but
Wait, that's true. There are only buffs now. What the fuck? Okay, guys, I'm sure you're gonna enjoy some Ornn Jax against Liz Talia on the ladder. It's gonna be very fun, and also Liz Talia should be better because they have access to Rite of Negation. They have access to the Bury Denies. Yep, that will be fun. I guess Ornn has access to Harsh. Like you'll be playing 3 of Harsh Winds, and it'll be just matter. Do Lissandra have the combo? Like Lissandra will be playing 2 of Bury Denies and 2 of Eat That Stairs, if not 3, for that matchup, and also for the mirrors. Yeah, 3 Eat That Stairs for sure. 2 buried, 3 Eat That Stairs, 2 Rite of Negation. Next card. Oh, there's more? There is more for Thralls?
yeah.
Hold up.
So the thralls change was needed. I think the thralls was a little oppressive, but we thought it kind of took a little bit too much away from Lissandra herself. So we tried to bring back some excitement for Lissandra.
You don't know the new
but
spells?
then
Also, I was right, there were
even
spells.
though we-
But stop
you know,
spoiling,
we
please.
changed the
At least I was right, there are spells.
the countdown back to 8 or something like that. So I think
So again, before I see the new cards, like I was trying to guess at the start of the stream what new cards can be. My first guess were both of them are spells. One of them is for sure SI. Second one, based on the conclusion, my guess is Shurima removal, not based on the landmark. To not give more, to not give landmark decks more stuff because they are already pretty good.
this is a way of Lissandra gets a nice discount for being the champion on the idea, so you feel very good playing her. But we're not trying to return thralls to prominence particularly. So that's the basic idea here.
So we have a question in chat, and I think I know the answer, but let's just clarify. The Frozen Thrall list advanced by 2.
What do you think about no Jinx for Gwen's strongest champion right now? I mean, just because you think Gwen is strongest champion, the popular opinion doesn't have to share your opinion, my dude. Man acting smart like he does not already, so Salan. Dude, don't be cringe. I talked about at the start of the stream my reasoning, and like, what would be the point of watching the reaction stream if I already watched it before? Just to fake react for the content? Bruh, please. Don't be one of those, be normie. Don't be cringe.
Is it just the Thrall that Lissandra summons, or is it all on board? Okay,
It is just that single thrall.
only
is
that
advanced.
single Thrall. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Oh, this is an interesting one. If her Thrall gets obliterated, will she automatically advance another Thrall, or will the obliteration just...
If her thrall gets obliterated?
Yes, like as
Oh,
it's
that's a
summoned,
good question.
Oh,
obliterate-
there wasn't enough room for it?
Yeah.
No, the advancement targets that specific thrall. So if that thrall gets obliterated, you won't get anything out of it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yep, from the full board. All right, good to know. And this is I'm happy about this. So I am an unabashed. So I really like playing
Yo!
Diego in the.
They buffed Mastery actually. But you know what's funny? There are 2 Freljord decks that gonna be in the meta. So, doesn't matter.
Everyone is Master Yi. I am that person. So I'm excited to be able to play Master Yi more in lore. So Brian, do you want to talk about Yi's adjustment a little bit?
Yeah, so you're actually going to see a similar change to this later down the line, but sometimes these I've seen quests can make it feel really frustrating to draw them late in the game, and especially with
What is the
change.
buff? Oh, so basically if you attack with Master E for 6, he dies in the combat, or he dies after attacking from a spell, then you have progressed 6 damage already. Then if your second Master E attacks like that for the 6, he levels up. So basically the damage is accumulated in the deck. Like you don't have to attack with the same Master E.
Champ like he that can like basically just kind of cost you the game. So making any sort of attempt at his quest and actually getting to keep that
Yeah,
progress,
retreating,
just
returning
feels a
also
lot
works.
better when the second E comes up, turn 6, 7, 8. So yeah, this is more of it's definitely a buff, but it's much more like satisfaction and like.
Okay, low key. Now I like the buff. I like the Shadow Shift buff because people will like if the Freljord is in meta. What people will try to do, they'll be like, oh yeah, I'll freeze your Master E, and like you can either retreat, return it, or Shadow Shift. And if they are trying to chump block after freezing your Master E, you just Shadow Shift it, and they are taking damage / dying on the unit if they frozen Master E. So Shadow Shift actually good in the Master E full combo deck.
Quality of life. It just makes you feel a lot better to play.
Awesome. That sounds good to me. Oh man, this is just a random tidbit, but when I was first starting, it was very player on Plink. Do you want?
Oh wow, that's a fat buff. I really like. I suggested this like some time ago, doing the deck quest, like changes. So like your champions like level in the deck, like more of that. Like because that was a very good step in the right direction with like cards like action, like even if he dies, you can like when you draw another one, he still flips, and like other stuff like that. This is very good because like you feel like you are working towards a goal of your champion in the deck, and you don't feel stupid when you draw your champion, and it's impossible to like he feels just like a vanilla follower, and this is actually significant. So like your champions feel way better when you draw them later into the game. And you don't feel like you're like if you don't draw early, it's you're feeling bad. They should do this with more champions, like even Kalista. What else they could do this with? Like make Kalista harder to flip, but make it deck quest, right? So like that would be very good change. What else they could to make it that way? I can't think of much now. But Lucian? No, Lucian leveling in the deck. Like the whole point. Nah, I don't think Lucian should be leveling in the deck. 12, 16 hertz though? No, it doesn't. This number only matters for turn 4. Like your turn 4 play, turn 4 Shyvana play got worse. But if you had turn 4 Shyvana, you were in a very good spot anyway. And if you drew Shyvana later, it was way worse. Like, this doesn't matter, it's still a buff.
You want to talk about Shyvana?
Yeah, so Shyvana is also going to a deck quest.
Do you know what the streams will be like tomorrow?
Yeah, this is the point's really the same as Brian's. Like drawing Shyvana late and having to make sure that you got the right attack in before she leveled, kind of weakened the card in a way that I think reduced some of the satisfaction. So now if you
oh wait, I didn't notice. There is a spell discount. Yo, Strafing Strike costs 2. Yo, that's badass. That's really good because the deck is super mana hungry.
Shyvana late, but you've been attacking with dragons, so you're running a dragon deck. She's going to hit the board running, and you'll be able to live that dream right away. And that's basically the idea. You just pay that player.
We'll also get new skins tomorrow.
Cool.
We'll get patch notes
Awesome.
today.
Her quest did go up. I don't think I noted that, but her. Oh, the other thing is we have a slight discount on Strafing Strike also when she plays it. So now it costs 2 when she generates it. So it's a little bit more playable.
Yeah, people are noting that. So I'm trying to remember how much more the 16 is. When you were playtesting this, did you generally see the level up happening like around the same time, or was it even a little bit sooner, even with the adjustment to 16?
It just kind of depends. If you were leveling up using Shyvana, it's going to be slower, but because if you hit with any dragon, it'll be faster. Basically. So it is probably on balance just slightly faster, but it's there will be games where it's slower. There's no question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think it was 14. At 14, she's like.
She was
always
12.
leveled. So we had to move it back a little. That's just a testing thing, really.
So I'm gonna actually shoot this over to you, Brian. Some people in chat are asking, like, what is a deck quest? Could you give like some other examples, or kind of just distill it to like explain to me like on 5 terms?
Yeah, so I think it's easiest to explain with the opposite, which is what we call an I've seen quest. And so if a champion has to be on the board when you're filling its conditional out. So, for example, with the old Shyvana, she had to be on board seeing the dragons hit. And the shift to a deck quest means she no longer has to do that. So she can come down long after the dragons have hit and still know, oh, they've dealt 16 damage. So.
Cool. Yeah, awesome. What's up next? We have champion discount bin. Oh my gosh. Okay, someone in chat was just saying, where are my Kayle buffs? So let's talk about it.
Here they are.
Oh man. So Plink, how did we this
I mean, it doesn't matter if the meta Freljord will be meta.
This feels there's kind of like a lot of stuff happening here. What were the ideas behind this change?
The only reason why this could be decent is like it could be you could play Kayle elusives, and Kayle will be just there to buff up your board, buff up your elusives, and she'll be just a champ blocker. She'll be blocking twice. I don't think you'll be playing Kayle for the win con. I think you'll be playing Kayle for to buff your elusives, and she'll be in elusive deck. Like turn 5 is good enough for the buff to matter. Like +1 to your elusives. Like even if you buff up 3 elusives and you develop a blocker that can block twice to give you potentially 1 or 2 more swings, then that's good enough. Michael's Crucible still play in this meta? What the hell was Michael's Crucible? Was this? I know that was Michael's Blessing. Huh? What the hell is Crucible? Blessing? Oh, it was always playable.
So I normally don't read my comments, but this one's not even a joke. Like,
play
the
this in
difference
the
between
Fated
5 and
sometimes.
6 mana is vast, really, for what you kind of need to get as a 6 mana champ and what you can get as a 5 mana champ. And honestly, maybe I'll let Brian talk about this. Kayle was more his baby than me. I mean, this just plays well. But anyway, go. Maybe this was your call. So.
It's definitely.
I mean, there will be matchups where Kayle will be very good into and happy to attack with, but in the most of the time should be just a champ blocker to buff your elusives. Like the problem is you can't play Kayle wincon when there are gonna be 2 dominant Freljord decks that gonna be running freezes and potentially 3 sisters. Like it's just not happening. It's a block 5, grant my whole board +1 turn 5 play.
A lot more effective. She really hits the ground running now. But
it's cool
when I
that
was
she buffs herself now.
Working on Kayle in development,
yeah,
one
it's
of her
cool.
goals was to
Irrelevant,
try
but
to
it's
be
cool,
an
I guess.
expensive, like
In the meta, in the EDF
game
meta
enter.
specifically.
And I think releasing in the same set as like next to Aatrox and a mid gamer, this allowed.
Excited. So, a lot.
Yeah. This one is very
Huh?
interesting.
What the fuck? Who thought this is a good idea? 2-1 fucking quick attack? Huh? It's so bad? How is it bad? What? Dice to any ping? Oh, so you are telling me when opponent spends 2 mana to kill your 1 mana, you are losing? Oh, I see. You guys are... yeah. I missed it. It's a champion slot. Oh, guys, okay, like, I'm reading the chat and you guys, I don't think you guys understand how the meta dictates other cards. So you are telling me you're gonna be running 1 and 2 mana pings in the meta where opponent is playing fucking 7/7 tough unit, when opponent will be forging and playing big ass units You are gonna be playing your pink deck. You're gonna be playing pink deck into Tafta, Lissandra, and 8 thralls. You're gonna Vile Fist them. You're gonna group shot them. This is your game plan. This is good precisely because the meta is going towards the Freljord. You can play it for tempo, and then you can use it as a rally tool. And you force opponent to have a fish fight to remove it. And against Lissandra, you force them to avalanche their whole board. And also, like you have access to catch and the Joral. Like playing, this will be so hard to kill. Like in the pink matchup, you just wait until you have 2 mana, so you can threaten catch on Lucian with the Joral. Like you just shift the game plan, but you're gonna be playing Jorals in the deck, like 2 of. Your takes are Giga-based 99% of the time, but this time BKL take. So you are telling me this is a nerf? You guys, you think this is a nerf to Lucian? Okay, guys, I'm not saying Lucian will be meta. I'm saying this is a buff for the current environment we are going in. And this is better than a 2 mana 3/2 Lucian. It's way better to have a 1 mana threat Lucian. Still trash? Oh. I mean, okay, I have to remember that there is a bunch of you just coming from Reddit as well. That's fine, it's fine.
Thing. My last memory of it is I think Riot Verse just like completely blew me out turn 3 with it. This is an interesting change. Lucian was kind of like he'd really fallen off in terms of play rate. So this should like it's not a complete buff because we dropped his stats as well, but it should kind of like bring the light back to him again. We're excited to see what happens.
I want to know, what does chat look like?
I know. I'm worried.
People are screaming, WTF, stop cooking. What? Some people are just spamming letters. People are saying, Lucian is here, Lucian Cannon.
Oh.
This stuff, you know.
We are able.
Here are some of our random buffs. All right, Flink. Once again, having written patch notes, the hate spike has been we've been rubber banding on it. Where did we land this time?
It just got more damage. I think
it will be good in the
it was
future.
obviously
This
too
patch it
strong
won't
at
matter
1 for
probably.
what it was doing. At 2, it's sort of underperformed.
It doesn't kill anything.
We could have put this as an Evelyn buff, but really we're looking for trying to get a really nice whole package together for Evelyn before we roll that out, and we have tried. So we're still that is still in the shop. But so it's not. It's an Evelyn buff if you want it to be, but it's really just a nice interaction tool for SI. It improves the card to I think a more playable state. Basically, it was I think a little under.
Good Kindred
at 2 damage.
patch.
Yeah. People seem pretty happy for this. Some people are big Evelyn fans in chat, but we'll gloss over that. And this one, Weight of Judgment.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So, these kind of cards where they have 2 different options.
Also, okay, I didn't think they're gonna change this. So, okay, let's think of. So this is the thing. I thought they're gonna do something to make a new spell that can deal with stuff, but they actually just buffed this. Because this is what I meant when they said that they're gonna make a new card for Shurima that will be removal, but it won't be correlated to landmark. I guess they just buffed this instead, huh? I mean, It'll be nice, but probably not in this meta. Sometimes when there is like a, I guess you can kill Katarina when you are floating free now. It's definitely a buff. 4 to a follower, so it's like Rite of Arcane. Slow. Doesn't require landmark. It's definitely playable in the certain meta. I'm not sure if this meta will be now, but... Well, okay, let's think what could be the second spell then, because now I don't think it will be the Shurima, because they just buff this instead. Okay, definitely they won't give more Freljord cards. There are still 2 new cards unrevealed. One will be SI for sure. Second one, my bet was removal for Shurima, but now I'm not convinced. Okay, what regions are there? Bilgewater, no. Damacia, no. Freljord, no. Bundle, I think... Ah, man, I really don't... Like, okay, Bundle didn't get... Like, they buffed Tristana, that's it. So probably Bundle. Ionia... Could be Ionia. I would be down for Ionia. Yeah, sure. Definitely not Noxus, definitely not PNZ, not Targon. So it's between those 3 regions. It's Ionia, Shurima, but since they just gave the... And Bundle. Between those 4 regions. I'm certain they're gonna give 1 card to SI. And 1 card will go to either of those 3 regions. What could Ionia use? What could Ionia use? I don't think it's gonna be Ionia. Like, I can't think of any card that would think, oh yeah, Ionia could really use this card. And it'll make a lot of decks viable. Like, it's just, there is no innate card enabling. Like, the card that allows other decks to be viable has to be removal. Or some combo enabling. But they just mentioned they are afraid of combos when they were talking about Ryze. SI, I'm betting SI because SI is easiest to pair with any of those regions, and it's easiest to make a card. For SI it can be anything. Buff, removal, tutor, anything. Like, it's so easy to make card for SI, a spell. Bundle has already removals. Wait, could this be still the Shurima? What bundle could use? Some combat trick that would allow play Yordles with different regions. Like, it has already fucking Minimorph. But maybe another one? What could be a last second card? I don't think it's Ionia. Like, there is not a card I can think of that would enable multiple deck building between different regions. Like, maybe they'll surprise me, but it's either Bundle or Shurima, the second region. Enabling multiple regions. No, not regions, multiple decks, archetypes. What kind of bundle card would enable some sort of... I mean, you already spoiled me, it's a spell. Like, now I was thinking about creating a unit, perhaps, the manifesting unit that can manifest a win con based on your regions, like manifest a spell, like maybe heavy spell, 8 mana spell, for example. But now, like, you guys spoiled me, it's a spell, so it's probably not bundle unit. Did they just buff removal and made another removal for Shurima? Like, this, the removal for Shurima makes the most sense, but like, would they do this? Another gift to the Arda? Bundle. I don't want to read chat now because you guys, probably some of you spoiled, so I'm avoiding reading chat. I hope there's just some mods banning there. If someone is spoiling. Bundle. Maybe another removal for bundle. I mean, Minimorph is kinda whack against all the weapons, so they maybe give another removal to the bundle. A removal spell for bundle. What it could be? I mean, I guess they have only one target removal. Maybe that's AoE removal for bundle. Like, I'm thinking of some negate all the bonus damage from the units, but that card would fit, like, that card is already in Shurima, that's AoE. So, like, if they need to be too similar to Shurima, like the -2. But, like, negating all the buff damage, like, so all the damage that comes from, like, buffing your units and the weapons, like, the unit gets base damage on the, like, and it's like a burst or fast combat trick. Probably could be burst. Yeah. Not a removal, but like a combat trick. But that fits Shurima more than the bundle. Like, it doesn't fit the bundle as a region, that's the problem. So if I would bet, and Shurima already has like the 7 mana spell, like the similar, so I don't think that would be the card. I mean, they buffed Tristana. They have to give bundle something else. Like, I just refuse to believe they just gave Tristana impact and call it a day. And think that's enough. What could go well with Tristana? Maybe some protection? I mean, they don't have much protection. Oh, maybe, I mean, protection would go along with different regions as well. With different decks. Maybe that's protection, actually. Doesn't have to be removal. Let me cook 2 more minutes and we'll go on. I really want to get this. They have deny, they have shield, they have spell shield and barrier, so it won't be spell shield, barrier, and it won't be deny. What kind of... And they have already buff to your units. Fuck. It has to be bundle card. Now the more I think, after seeing this buff to the Wave of Judgment, the more I think it, the more I'm convinced it's a bundle card. Like, and Tristana buff, like those two indications. Maybe, no, so maybe it's just some permanent buff to all Yordles, like some sort of War Mother effect. Like every Yord, like something, like late game card, so you can play Yordles in different regions. Just all your Yordles are have +3/+3, fuck it. Just like some 11 mana spell. Because, like, there is no shot it's a protection card. Removal, I can't think of any removal that would fit the agency of bundle. So just some permanent that would go, that could go with different regions. So like just tune in the stats. Let's say it could be +2/+2, +3/+3, and X cost. All the Yordles gets X stats for X mana permanent until if to resolve. Something like the 5 mana Targon spell, yeah, the permanent. All right, let's see.
But the same costs are always a little difficult to land correctly, because that cost has to be shared between the two effects. And I think Weighted Judgment was an example of like kind of a failure of that, because I wish you could get the stats on it, but I don't.
So chat middle finger for a minute.
To deal 2 to a champion.
I was just counting 1, 2, 1.
So
2,
hopefully
3.
this kind of change brings both
I
of the
didn't mean
options closer to reasonable.
To fuck off, chat.
It's still like expensive for the champion side, but you might find yourself like occasionally picking it this time, as opposed to never picking it before.
Mm-hmm. There's this one is probably the least popular change in chat so far.
Wow.
Some people are worried about maybe like Path of Champions.
Okay, so for regarding Wave of Judgment, I hope it was 5, so you can kill Badge Bear. I really hope it was 5, so you can just kill the Badge Bear.
Implications in like nasty.
And like 5 drops.
But yeah, I think this is definitely something that we can keep an eye on. People are wondering like,
Yeah.
yes,
Bro. In what region would you need to play to make the flow good? What's Empyrean? It's a 6-5 elusive. PNZ. Bundle. You would need to play bundle. Ionia. For the with like trinket traits. You have a minimorph. Yeah, maybe bundle Ionia with the Dragon Collar. And if they get... no, permanent would not go with this. I suggested.
Dragon Collar, one less cost.
Yeah, we
Wait, mods?
so we were trying a few things with.
What happened? Who do I need to ban? Who do I need to ban? Oh, I see now. Well.
This one, and we actually tried not round start flow, so you could get the Empyrean immediately, and that was very nutty. So this feels a lot more reasonable for what it is. Hopefully, lets him live his dream a little more often.
This could be good.
I think I personally designed this card, so I would love for it to get a
It
little...
could be good.
Just get a little more visibility.
A lot of people are saying this is crazy. They're having the opposite reaction to the Nasus. They're like, oh no, this might be really, really good.
No,
it
it's
was
not
way
very
too
good.
when it was immediate. It's still on round start, so your opponent will get a chance to respond. So it feels fairly fair.
Cool. Let's see where it lands. All right, let's see the last one.
Yeah, this one kind of came out of nowhere. I think David has more context on this one.
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not actually sure who suggested it, but he basically he made some early J stacks, but never was like in any of the recent builds hasn't played that much of a
That's
role.
crazy,
despite
is
playing
it?
Jace. So we kind of just wanted to put it like give.
I
that
think
deck
it doesn't
another
matter.
tool, like make it so it's a little bit better to play him. So he just does a little bit more damage now. We increase the base. Yeah, I think that's really it. It's in some ways it's sort of similar to the Naga-caboros change, where we wanted to, these cards are supposed to be sort of high-end finishers that when you play them you're excited and they have.
Wait,
really
what was the
utility.
base damage? It was 2, right? 2 was based. 1? Wait, it went by 2? Oh. Huh. That's interesting. I remember two. I think it's one. I think chat is right. No, it's one. I mean, okay, you play Albus on 7, opponent plays Ornn on 7, and then what? Opponent laughs at you that you played Albus. But when they open attack with Ornn, you just vengeance their ass and then you laugh at them. Okay.
You know, because you had to include them in the deck and, you know, risk all the variation of having a really expensive card in your hand. So, so putting it, you know, giving this, you know, making this worth 7, basically, is what we're after.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. We are all here for it. And last but not least, we have the new cards. I'm sure, I wonder if people have been, were people theorizing what the new cards could be? Let's see.
Oh,
Let's
I'd love to see those guesses.
So I think you can play now Jace. Before we jump into those, I think Jace in some sort of Jace Annie deck. I think we're gonna modify the deck and we can play Feroz, Jace, Annie. And we can just win, like we're gonna have a very good shuffles and we're gonna play the Shock Blast. Does Noxus? No, the Noxus will be there for removal, Seraph. Like you still need cards like Disintegrate to kill the biggest funky chunky Freljord units. But we'll have a Baron game plan. And like we'll be able to copy like Feroz, and you'll be able to do Feroz into Jace on turn 10 late game. Like you'll be able to, or copy, like we'll do something differently. We'll copy Jaces so we can justify playing 3 Feroz. So we'll be able to draw, like we'll be drawing multiple Jaces. And the Jace will be 3 mana, so you can play Feroz into Jace pretty much late game. And you'll be able to actually have some solid turns into the late game. Guys, please stop with the decimate. Don't be silly. SI? No, PN's the Noxus as Jace. Maybe SI. Maybe it could be SI as well. But I feel like the problem is it would be a bit slow. I'll make the deck today. But I would be playing triple Jace, triple Feroz, double Imperfectionist, and also I want a flow, right? And if you want flow, you probably need to play. I want to play Annie. Yeah, for the flow, because I want to play Drum Solo as well for the discounts. Yeah, so it's probably gonna be Noxus still for the flow. Yeah, but you wouldn't be playing Jace for the Shock Blasts. You'll be playing Jace for the... Oh, maybe for the copying the Progress Day most of the time. Heimer Jace? Who's saying that I would play Heimer Jace? I wouldn't play Heimer in this deck. Heimer would be way too slow.
Oh my gosh, I'm curious if they can guess what... Here, let's see if they can guess the...
Okay, SI card and bundle some Yordle buff card.
Region. Do you guys want to try to guess a region? I actually don't remember the region.
This makes me want to do like a slow reveal.
A slow reveal?
Just like slowly pan down.
One pixel at a
Show them
time.
the cost in the region and then the art.
All right,
That'd be fun.
let's get into it. Okay, oh, Shadow Isles.
Okay, it's a Psy, 3 mana, good mana cost, slow. Kill an ally to summon 2 ephemeral copies of it. Okay. I can work with that. Okay, that's a very cool card. Can go in multiple decks. Yep. Very hot fix card. Why? Looks broken. Yeah. If it would be problem, surely. It can't be an ally, it has to be follower. Also, you just want to delete the card right away. I think red when we play this. No. Okay, so what deck could be have good enough early game? Like you need to not die to play this in the first place. You need to have a stable board. Then you need to draw your card that you want to kill. Then you need to draw a Soul Cleave. Obviously you can't play 3 off because you're gonna brick way too often. So you can play 1 to 2 off. Then opponent would need to, like you need to play this first, so opponent would need to let you resolve this. I don't think it would be too easy. Like even if this resolves, opponent play like Ice Buried in Ice and you feel stupid. Unless it's like a tieable, can you get the buff anyway? Undying. Oh yeah, let me create more units that cannot block. That's very smart. And you just die faster because you spent 3 mana doing nothing. Yeah, this is a good card for the horse deck. Yeah, I'm thinking about Watcher entire time. And like, if you could pull it off with the low Watcher. You play Soul Cleave on Trundle. No, you need to play this on... If you play this on Pillar... 1 pillar, 2 pillars, Matron. That's 5 right? Yeah, you have to play this on pillar, and then you can pull. Do you have enough board space? You play 1 pillar, you summon 2 pillars, and then you Matron, and then you play Watcher. Yeah, you can pull Watcher in 1 turn with pillars. Pillar into Soul Cleave into Matron. You don't need fading, Seraph. Oh, you mean to play like this way? You don't have to have Lissandra earlier on the board. Like, yeah, with fading you don't need. You can pull Lissandra from and then play Watcher. But the other way you can get like if you had Lissandra and you made a Watcher, but then you cannot, like you couldn't have made a Watcher until you play Soul Cliff. So you need to have a. Oh, and you wouldn't have a board. No, you would have exact board space if you cleared it before. Yeah, so your line is probably more consistent and better. So fading, yeah, fading would be better. Oh, yeah, that's not a bad point. You can do this with Tryndamere. Heh. You just summon a free you have free Tryndameres. On turn 8, you ramp. And there is just coming for you free triple fearsome 9 overwhelm units. So there is like 27 coming at you. Doesn't 2 summon. No? Why? Yeah, I mean the kill effect happens, playbook. No? The kill effect just triggers the level up. The interaction with Sion is also insane. Why? Why is it insane with Sion? Like you just get countered by freeze heavily. And you do like you lose the you did your whole combo and you just lost to Harsh Winds. And with Tryndameres you at least can still play the game. You rally many times with Sion? No, you rally only once. How do you just rally twice? You literally have to kill your Sion. Yeah, but like all your board is ephemeral. Like what's the point of a second rally if you have no units? Your combo is you have Sion attacking with you have 3 Sions, 3 ephemeral Sions attacking. Who cares about your rally? You have no more you have no board. Attack 1 by 1. What does it achieve if you attack 1 by 1? What? What's the difference between attacking with 3 Scions 1 by 1 instead of attacking with all of them at once? Unless there is a unit vulnerable and like you want to push, or like it only matters if you have like vulnerable on board that you can swing at. Oh wait, you're right, chat. You get 2 Scions back for you get. Yeah, you are right. You get. I didn't realize that. Yes, you're right. Yeah. My brain cooked. I didn't think of it. Yes. You're right, chat. You get 2 unbricked Scions. Yeah, but again, how do you not lose to Harsh Winds? Again, like this, like you lose to Harsh Winds, you lose to Very Nice. Like the same cards beat you. Who the fuck is playing Freljord? Everyone will be playing Freljord. Jax, Ornn, and Lissandra Talia will be the most played decks on the ladder, at least in Masters. We can't play around every single card. My god, dude, I'm talking about the most popular decks you'll be facing on the ladder. It's not exactly so harsh winds do not win, no. After it resolves, then you harsh wind, not before, my dude. Why do you need 2 harsh winds? You need 1. You just freeze the 2 ephemeral unpopped scions, and they proc at the end of the turn because they do not strike. So opponent doesn't get to rally again. Soul Cliff on Junk Construct. That's a very negative play in terms of value and tempo. When you have 2/9 for next turn with rally, no. If your opponent doesn't attack you, then no. If it's on an opponent's defensive turn. Yeah, but leveling Viego with Soul Cleave will be good. I think Viego might benefit the most. But you know what will counter this play? Fish fight. Fucking fish fight in the Jax Ornn. But against Thralls, this will be very good play. Thralls don't have much. Like, they need to write off negation. And like, you need write off negation for cards like Vengeance. Fish fight is slow. Okay, guys, you are not following. They'll just kill your fucking Viego. You understand that? You'll play you'll play your Viego, and he just snaps to the fish fight, and you just die onto the board. I mean, that's okay, but I mean, this is an excellent card to make multiple decks viable. So, do I follow? Do I think when they'll make a bundle for buffing Yardles? I kinda doubt now. If the second card is as good as this one, what that could be? Bundle or Shrima? Okay, would the Shrima removal enable different decks? Non-landmark. Okay, would the I have no idea. It's bundle or Shurima at this point. It's either Shurima removal or bundle buff card, like some permanent for bundle. Maybe something really cool I didn't think about for bundle permanent. Let's see.
Okay, so yeah, who wants to talk about this?
Yeah, Soul Cleave. So yeah, we had this piece of art, and I kind of had the goal of like, can we turn this into something that you might want, like something that'll generate some deck building ideas?
It does generate.
We messed around with a few options, and this is the one that just had like such interesting utility to go alongside it. It's at slow, it's still very interactable, but there's a lot of options you can do with it. It's not restricted to followers, so you can get 2 ephemeral copies of a champion. Playing it on a shark chariot is particularly brutal. So Yeah, and probably a bunch of stuff that I haven't thought of before. So I'm really excited to see what people do with it.
I think that's one of the most exciting things with like pushing these changes out there is like in 24 hours seeing the crazy decks that people cook up and you're like, oh wow. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That one's for builders right there. That one's for deck builders for sure.
Cool. Let's get into the last one.
I was right. I was right at the start. It's a Shurima removal. Unplayable card, but well, I guess I was partially right. Yeah, but again, unplayable card. Like I don't think it needs much talking.
All
So-
right. Take it away,
This is a
Blake.
pretty crazy card.
No, it's not.
I think this is more of an environment check than necessarily like something that's going to make a ton of decks. Although it is a little pretty with Nasus, just to let you know. But
Nasus can kill the whole board. and
so
kill
this is
the
we
enemy
wanted to
champ.
add some tools to the environment in case certain
Clueless.
type of archetypes, especially championless archetypes, were oppressive. So this is that. So,
Not for
I think
7
this
mana.
is also one where, I mean, that piece of art
It needs to
was
be
so
6
cool.
mana
And so we had tried a few options that were
to
maybe
be good.
you know, buffs or in that area, but like really this thing demanded something grand. So I'm really glad it ended up as like a pretty expensive spell that really captures the board.
Yeah, it looks so cool.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, cool. So that is the bulk
What's
of
on
our
time, bulk
changes,
plus
and
Sour
we
Cliff?
have something new this time that we haven't
Good,
really
but
done
not in the next meta.
in a previous
probably.
patch. And I know that Brian really took the lead of doing some Path of Champion changes, and I'm sure people.
Get this out of my. This plus Cybook would be good in non-Freljord meta. Like I thought about it, yeah, that's cool, but in future, not now. What's overall? Very positive, very good changes. Watch it and react. This is my reaction to POC. Unless I am wrong. Unless I am completely cooked and Jax Ornn and Talia Liz are not gonna be in the meta. Thank you, Marshall. That's rude. Dude, I absolutely, after they announced that they're gonna focus on POC and they just gonna drop PvP, I dropped the game for half a year because of it. That's why I despise POC and I'm gonna be rude towards it. Fuck POC. Even though I don't mind that you enjoy it. I don't mind. Isn't Kindred farm Jax Ornn? Surely. Just pretend fish fight and lure doesn't exist. 6 removal cards. How does it work on Trinda? You get 1 normal level up Trinda plus 2 Ephemeral Trindas. That's what I think, Januszek. It should work that way. Okay, POC is good for the new players, I agree. POC is amazing for casuals, for people who wants to enjoy PvE, sure. Just don't shove it into my face. I just don't want to see it, that's all. I just want to act like this doesn't exist and it doesn't concern me. Yeah, and that's okay, Philos, that's why I'm playing the game. Like, if they didn't, I wouldn't be playing the game. Like, yeah, sure. Sec, my doggo wants to go out. Give me a moment. Bro, I do not understand my dog. Baya goes out. Like, I do understand when Baya goes out and she's like, nom nom nom, grass. But now, there is no grass, there is just snow. And she goes out of nom nom nom, fucking snow. She stuffs up piles of snow into her mouth. And she's looking at me, are you proud? With the snow just pouring out of the mouth. Kurwa. I just do not understand her somehow. Are you proud? Yes, I am fucking proud of having such a smart dog. Golden eats anything? Exactly, they gonna eat anything. Know what you think about that one. Kurwa mać!